Welcome to another episode coming at you from chooseyourrelationships.com, author of Love Can't Wait, which can be found on amazon.com. And I got my man in the house, Knowledge.
So, baby, back at it, yo. Get this work.
No doubt, man. Yeah, so I gotta split my screen, you know.
Oh yeah.
So when you come on, let me know where you from. Represent your city, represent your town, represent your last name. Where you from? Let me know where you're from. What up, Virginia in the house?
Virginia's in the house, baby.
Oh boy. Uh-oh. Oh, I froze up for a second.
You good? You good?
Yeah, I'm good now. I froze up for
Yeah.
like 5 seconds. Yeah, that's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I get a lot of crazy questions, man, from a lot of people. You know, some of the stuff uh, I've never experienced before.
Mm.
Not in a good way either. Not in a good way. Not in a good way. No. And no, I mean, I'm not saying that I'm supposed to, go through everything. I mean, I'm not saying that at all. But there's a lot of questions that I get. Sometimes I'll be like, "Where they do that at?"
Right?
you know.
Oh
But
yeah.
which brings me to the topic of this video. And if you've been following me for a while, you know that I used to have a direct sales job. This is like, well, not a job. It's more like an opportunity. I got into direct sales like 2006, right?
Mhm.
And it was a travel company that I got involved with. And a lot of the skills that I learned from those opportunities, man, I basically just applied them to my social life. And because the whole concept of like being in direct sales is a relationship thing. It's all built upon relationships. If you wanted to, sustain and become successful.
Right.
So when I started to apply a lot of that stuff into my personal life, I was like, yo, this is a lot of this stuff is basically it works the same because people are still people regardless. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. No, exactly.
So but the funny thing is, if you're successful, it doesn't matter what it is. If you're successful in anything, the women are gonna find you.
Oh yeah. Yeah. By default. By default, you successful. Women is gonna fall by default. That goes without being said. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. So, but throughout all those experiences, the thing that really helped me have a new experience with women is it's like two things, like two key things. And for a lot of guys, it can be difficult. The first thing is you got to stop being judgmental. It's like, it's a lot of guys, and they got there's a lot of stuff that women do I don't agree with. I don't like. You don't have to like it. I mean, I'm just being real. I don't. There's a lot of stuff that I hear women say online and offline. I be like, what? Well,
Facts.
yeah, but at the end of the day, if you're this, I mean, you being judgmental, it's not gonna help anything. You know
No.
what I'm saying? I mean, if you get all emotional and you leave comments and your name call, it's not gonna help anything,
No.
right?
No,
So,
no.
so I realized, man, that because I used to be one of those guys. I mean, I wasn't like some of these guys are vicious online. You know, I wasn't like there's different levels to to that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, I used to get into name calling. I have to admit that, but I never really went on like a tangent. You know, some guys are just like woman haters. You know, I wasn't like that. You know, some
Mm.
guys, you know, these guys are just upset. You know, they you can just tell by listening to them they have some mean vendetta towards women. They just can't. They just don't like them. You know.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, you know.
um,
Yeah, everybody know guys that's like this. It's like they'll say, "Man, I'm going big time." I'm like, "What?"
yeah. Those are the guys that don't understand women at all. You know, the mindset of women. You know, the how to interact with women. You know what I'm saying? Those dudes are the ones that just like the minute something don't go the way they want it to with women, they're just like, I can't do it no more. I'm all done.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah,
yo, it's women, man. They're gonna do that.
yeah. It's like at the end of the day, I've learned there's some stuff. Women are human. They're gonna do certain things. They're gonna do, and a lot of stuff they're gonna do is based on their personality, how they were raised, their upbringing, their environment, how their friends, the people that they're around. All that's gonna make a difference. It's a combination of things that's gonna influence them to do and display certain behaviors. That's just what it is.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying? I
yeah.
mean, best thing you can do as a guy is try and find a woman that's hanging around the type of women that you would like, basically. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
I mean, that's the best you can do. And if you stay around her long enough, you influence her with some of your habits and some of your influences as well. That's the best you
yeah.
can do. You know?
Yeah. Oh yeah, exactly, Shark Game. The problem comes into play is when you're hanging around women, like you said, that they're not on the same path as you. So if you're hanging out with someone that's not on the same path as you, of course you're gonna bump heads. Of course you're gonna be like, oh, I can't take this, forget women, because you're with someone or talking to someone, and you both have two different concepts of life and are at two different places in your life.
Yeah.
So that's another thing.
So yeah, so if that's the case, well you gotta keep it moving.
Hmm.
Yeah, if y'all going in different directions, because people go through stages, males and females. I mean, you might meet a woman and she might not be in, she might be in the first stage of her life, and you
Hmm.
might be in the second stage of your life.
Yep.
So I mean, sometimes some people might not be ready where you at. And that's cool. That's just a part of life. Everyone doesn't grow at the same rate.
Hmm.
That's just what it is. But through all of that, man, once I started to not be so judgmental, a whole new world opened up, bro. It's like, I mean, a whole new experience. I'm like, dang, it's like I didn't know it was gonna go down like this. because
Yeah.
because what happens is if a woman finds out that you're very judgmental, they'll tend to get closed off. They'll shut down. They won't really show who they really are. And
Mm.
most people they wearing a mask anyway. Most people wearing a mask. Most people are basically the person that the person that you see, that ain't really who they are. That's really a piece of who they really are. It's kind of
Mhm.
like being at work, right? You work with people all like 5 days a week. but that ain't really who they are at home.
No.
You know what I'm saying? That's just a piece of who they are. You know, they giving you the fake smile
Yeah.
and got the corny jokes.
Yep.
You know, it's like and some of the stuff they do at work, they don't do half of that stuff at home. At
No.
home, they sitting on the couch looking at television. You know, they might not be fun to be around at all, but they just basically just perpetrating the fraud. They just get they're just trying to do whatever they can do not to rock the boat because they want to they want brownie points. So
Hmm.
you aren't going to really see the real person until you get them outside of the office.
Exactly. Exactly. And that can be risky sometimes too, sharp game. You know what I'm saying? Because you get those people outside the office and then you see what kind of person they really are and you're like, "Oh, wait a minute. I like
Yeah,
I like the office you better."
yeah. This is why I always say just don't date people at work.
Yeah.
I mean, if you
Sure.
want to keep your job, just don't do it. Now,
Hmm.
if you don't care about the job, okay, knock yourself out. You know,
Mm.
but the risk versus the reward, I just haven't seen it pan out that well for a lot of people.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, but you know, the most people wear masks. Most people put up a front. Most people, you're not gonna really see who they are until over time if you stay around them long enough.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So if a woman knows that you're very judgmental, it's gonna take even longer, if ever.
Mm. True. Exactly. You're definitely,
This is why a lot of women will have another guy on the side.
yeah,
You
because
know,
they can be themselves.
yeah, she'll have another guy on the side because she feels like maybe her husband or her boyfriend wouldn't ever accept who she really is. And the reason why I know this because I was that other guy.
Mhm.
A few times.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was that other guy a few times. I didn't know it. I didn't know it. You know, I'm saying good in the early stages. I didn't know. I really didn't know really because I used to assume that she was single. I mean, I didn't ask. And which I'm like, and which that's was, and then when I asked her, I said, "Hey, how come you didn't tell me you were married?" She said, "You didn't ask." I said, "Well, yeah, you're right, I didn't."
Yeah. Yeah, asking they ain't telling.
Yeah, so it's like there's a whole nother side of most women that most guys never see, especially if you're very judgmental. And I'm talking inside and outside the bedroom.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, it's like a different world.
Right. Most guys don't understand that sharp game. You know what I'm saying? And like you said, at the end of the day, so much time goes by, and then the girl might start doing things different. You're like, wait a minute, you ain't never did that before. She's like, well, I thought you would, think this and this of me. So, it's like,
I'm telling you. That's it. Let's see what's going on in the chat. What up, Calvin? Underground West in the house. Circuit Masters in the house. Yeah, you subbed to my other channel? No doubt, Circuit Masters. All women have two sides, one for the public and one for you.
true.
Yeah, I guess. Well, actually, there's sometimes at least two, sometimes three. Don't mix business and pleasure. Well, they always mix business with pleasure, though. That's the thing. I feel you. I don't. I like to keep it separate, to be honest. But I know at the job, that's the job. That's the boss's playground at the job. You
Yeah,
know,
you can't mix your money with your honey. That's what I always say, Shot Game. You
no
know,
doubt, no doubt.
it's bad for business. Can't stick the pen. What is it? Don't stick the pen in the company's ink. You know, especially
Yeah. Number
especially
huh?
especially if you're making good money, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I can understand you're working at like Target or like Walmart, but
Yeah.
if you got corporate jobs and things like that, and you're making decent money every year. Like why bother to have someone at work? And my number one thing, Sharp Game, tell me if you agree with this. Why you want to date somebody at work when you're already spending all that time with them outside of work? You need some time apart. If you're dating them at work, now you together with them 24/7. Now you're gonna be bumping heads all the time.
Yeah, that's what I say. But to each his own. You know, to each his own. Dude said, number one thing men should stop doing to women, having sex with them.
Oh, that's that mental we was talking about.
The real savage. What up? Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, look, as long as men are still living in existence and women are still living in existence, they're never going to stop trying to be involved with each other. This is nonsense. Cut it out.
No, that's not
Guys,
happening.
look, it doesn't matter how bad marriages get. Guys still want to get married to women. Women still want to get married to men. That's what it is. It's never gonna change. It doesn't matter. You can hear. I hear all the numbers. It doesn't matter how bad the numbers get.
Mm-hmm.
People are still going to try and get married and be successful.
Facts. Look at all the toxic relationships out there, man. I mean, come on, and they
Yeah,
still going, and they're gonna keep going.
yeah. They're gonna. These people still gonna get married. That's not serious. It's not gonna stop. It's gonna keep on going because I mean, the way they treat marriage today like it's an event.
True.
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, you've been to a marriage wedding lately?
Nah, last time I was at a wedding was probably like 4 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago.
How was it?
I mean, yeah, it was alright. Nothing. No, it didn't do anything for me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I
You
was
were
there, but there was nothing
you in the
spectacular.
wedding?
Yeah,
Oh, you went? Oh, okay, that's a little different.
yeah.
Yeah, but I last wedding I went to was my cousin last summer, and
Okay.
I wasn't in the wedding, but I attended, and it was kind of like a party.
Mm.
And it was like, man, I left there when the wedding started at. My goodness, that thing started. Oh man, 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
And man, that thing. I left at 11. I left at 10 o'clock, and they told me they left at 1 o'clock. I said, my God, that's like
So,
a man, like a party, man. All well, weddings is all day affair anyway.
oh yeah.
But I left at 10 o'clock. Y'all was tired, man.
How was the bachelor party?
Well, it was no bachelor party.
Oh, okay.
It was no bachelor party. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's not that type of guy. No,
Oh, my boy, he had a bachelor party. He was that type of guy, man. He rented the limos, the strip club, all of it.
yeah. And which brings me to my next point. When you have stuff like that, like bachelor parties, and when you do things with women, extracurricular activities, you got to keep your mouth shut.
Hmm.
This is a big problem with a lot of guys. Oh man, they got to go tell their buddy. They got to go tell the dudes in the locker room. They got to go tell the people at work. You got to go tell the people at the bar. You got to go tell your family at home. You got to keep your mouth shut. a
Mm.
blabbermouth.
Yep.
Women are looking for the blabbermouths. If she find out that you're a blabbermouth, you ain't hitting it.
That's music to her ears, yo. She's like, oh, this guy likes to talk. No problem with him.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. It's like I think a lot of guys have a kind of a bad habit when it comes to that. I
Yeah.
think.
They like pillow talking, Shot Game. A lot
Yeah,
of dudes nowadays, they be pillow talking.
yeah. I mean, women. You know, women talk. You know, that's to be expected.
Mm-hmm.
She can tell at least one of her friends, at least one.
Oh, yeah.
She might not tell the whole crew, but at least one.
Mm-hmm.
She might not. She won't necessarily go into details what y'all do, but she'll be like, "It's good." You know what I'm saying? In so many
Yeah.
words.
Yep. 100% facts, man. Had that happen many
Yeah,
times.
yeah, yeah. You know, but I mean, I realize, man, like if you keep your mouth closed, um, things could change too. And yeah, most people that talk a lot, they can't hold water.
Mm.
So I always kind of that's kind of always been a turn off to me personally. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I've never really even a woman that talks a lot. I'm kind of looking at her like, man, do I even want to? Do I even want to get to know her better? You might, and that's a little bit too much talking. You know,
Right? These are good
I,
facts.
I, I might, I might be, um, I might be hanging out with a rat.
Mm. Right? One thing I learned too about women that like to talk. Women that like to talk, they're the type of girls that they're gonna require a lot of your attention. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
Because if they like to talk, they're gonna want to be on the phone. They're gonna want to be with you all the time. That's one thing I've learned over the years that women that like to talk, you're gonna be they're gonna be a high maintenance, I should say, a very need a lot of attention, a lot of TLC.
yeah, yeah. I mean, um, those are usually working class girls.
Mm,
The type that they might not have probably no education. They just work a job. They just work
mm,
9 to 5. They don't do anything on the side. They just, they're just working class girls. They work their job. On the weekends, they go to the club or go to the mall, go shopping. It's usually those type of girls.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's usually a lot of them require a lot of attention because they used to the simple things. Like if you tell a working class girl that you've been to Japan, she would be like, "For real?" She'd be like, "Oh, that's amazing." It's like that. It's like little things can really get them off, can impress them. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. No, definitely. And the reason, like I said, for that is they haven't experienced things like that. So when you're talking about traveling or investing in certain things or having different kind of materials, vehicles, whatever it might be, that's a very big shock to them because in their reality, in sort of a way, they didn't really see themselves being able to do something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
They probably won't say that, but they're probably thinking that. And by you telling them that, they're like, "Oh wow, really? Oh, I always wanted to do that. You actually did that."
yeah. This is why a lot of women that I meet, it's really hard for me to take them serious, especially if she hasn't been anywhere. You know what
Mm.
I'm saying?
Oh
I
yeah.
mean, if she hasn't left the country or went more than 2 states over, if that, it's kind of or it's kind of hard for me to take a lot of them serious because it's like nine times out of ten, she's not gonna say anything that I haven't heard before, or maybe she probably won't be able to say anything that I can learn from her either.
Mm, right.
So it's like, I mean, that's the working class girl though. That's a working class girl. Now the girl that my man BGS talks about this.
Mm.
You follow him online?
No, I don't actually. No.
And BGS talks about this. He called it the octanes.
Okay.
It's like 85 is like the hood chick. 87 is like the working class girl. 89 is like the girl that worked a job but she's educated, right? But she just doesn't have enough ambition to get to the next level. And the next level is 92, right? And 92 is the bougie chick, right?
Mm.
And 100 is the rich girl.
Mm.
Yeah, he talked about it like in like a lot of in great details, you know.
Yeah, it's a different way to look at it, though. Number
Yeah,
scale.
he says it's kind of like gas, octane gas. That's how
Yeah.
he referenced it. Like, yeah, like that. When it comes to gas, put
If that's the
gas
case,
in the car.
I get
Put
premium
gas
every
in the
time,
car.
baby.
I told him, man. I said, hey, you should write a book, man, and I'll promote the heck out of it for
Mm.
real. Yeah, I think it's kind of unique the way he took the gasoline concept and applied it to women and
Yeah.
different levels of women. Yeah, I thought it was kind of unique, different
Yeah. I
spin.
like it.
Yeah, so yeah, but basically, you know, the girls that when he said that, the girls that I usually hit it off with is 89s.
Mm-hmm.
The educated girl, she work a 9 to 5 job. She's don't have enough ambition in most cases. She wants to move. She wants to move up. She wants to get better, but she just doesn't have enough ambition or enough drive. So the 89 girl, they maybe went to some big school, university, whatever. And if I if I talk to her and if I tell her, hey, I wrote 2 books, she'll be like, oh, that's great. She'll be like, well, how'd you do that? She'll be interested in that. That'll get her attention, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if I tell that to a 87 chick, working class chick, that's boring to her. She's
The hood
not interested in nothing like that.
shit.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Nah, them hood chicks don't want to hear about no book.
And if I in the hood chick, forget about it. 85.
You better not even bring up a book.
Exactly. So,
Oh man.
but the and then I was thinking the women that I have the hardest time to talk to is usually the 85, the hood chick, and the bougie chick, 92. They're the hardest for me to talk to.
Mm.
Really. The
Bougie for
bougie.
me, yeah, the hood chicks, nah, I don't really have a problem with that, man. It's just we're on two different levels, you know what I'm saying? But as far
Yeah,
as like, being able to talk to, have fun, yeah, but taking serious building wise, absolutely not.
exactly. Yeah, you know, exactly. Exactly. See what's going on in the chat. Don't He said, don't kiss and tell. No doubt. That's what they say. Is it what's the old saying goes? It said a gentleman never kiss and tell. That's it.
Not nowadays, sharp game.
Yeah, these dudes tell everything. Gotta tell the waiter at IHOP. 75% of conversation is nonverbal. Yeah, that is. 75% of conversation is nonverbal. That's true. But the problem with that, the nonverbals, guys don't understand it. That's the problem. Women don't understand it either.
Mm.
That's the problem with the nonverbals. You have to learn body language. It's, it can be learned. It's like it's a skill. Keep living, nothing surprises me these days. You got that right.
Facts.
China B. What up? It's even worse if folks are drinking. People love to talk when the drinks are flowing. You got that right, because see, alcohol is a truth serum.
Oh yeah,
That drink will get it out of you.
every time.
That drink get it out of you. What up? What up, Blue Money? That drink will get it out of you, man. It never fails. And see, one thing about I think my grandmother told me this years ago. Rest in peace to her. She said
Mm.
it's two ways people tell you the truth: when they're drinking and when they're angry.
That's 100% facts.
When they're drinking and when they're angry, they'll tell you what's on their mind then. And then she said, "Hey, but once she calmed down and once they sober up, they're gonna swear that they didn't mean it."
Yep, how it goes.
Oh, I was drinking. I'm sorry. I ain't mean it. It's every time.
hmm
It's every time, man.
Never,
But hey,
never feel.
anybody want to call up on 800-315
Y'all
eight
call
two?
call up and chop it up with us, man. Shark, give him that number again. I
Yeah,
cut you off.
800-315-8203. Call up.
We need someone to call in, chop it up with us a little bit, y'all.
Yeah, I haven't taken any phone calls in a while, man.
I know,
Yeah,
right? A minute.
well, it's been a minute. Call up. Don't be afraid.
No one can see you. We can only hear you.
Yeah. Yeah, my grandmother, man, and my dad, they used to say a lot of things, and I didn't really know what they were getting at until I got older. I know that's happened to you before. Somebody
Oh
said something when you were young, and when you got older, you like, oh, that's what he meant when he said
yeah.
that.
Yep. Many times, Shark Game. Many times.
Yeah, but I was just too young and inexperienced to really understand where it was coming from at the time.
And I feel like that's something that happens to most people because when you're younger, you're so caught up in the moment that you're not really thinking about the future or really putting things together when it happens right then and there. And that's why they say, most people when they're young, you got to go through things to get things. You know what I'm saying? Because someone could tell you whatever that under the sea, but if you don't experience it, most people, you're not gonna really understand it. And sometimes you experience it later in life, you know?
Yeah, you know, you just gotta live life. There's some things that some people are just not gonna be able to show you.
Mm,
They can tell you, but until you experience it, you're not gonna really get it because we learn by doing. We don't really
hmm
learn by the books or lecture or we learn by doing and we learn by teaching other people
Yep.
once we've had the experience. This is why people that haven't had the experience, I'm kind of looking at them sideways because I'm like, you never really done it though. You just like giving me a lecture about something you heard or something in the book or
hmm
something somebody told you. But I'd be like, look, I've done it. I've done what I speak about. And if I haven't done it, I keep my mouth closed. I know when to be quiet.
Exactly.
I know when to be quiet, man. You know, and a lot of stuff I learned, man. basically by not being so judgmental, and keeping my mouth closed,
That's it.
and like it's like everything start to change. And look, this applies to being on your job too, man. This applies to getting jobs. If you have an interview and you go on the interview and you a blabbermouth, you like doing most of the talking and not letting the other person do most of the talking, you ain't gonna get the job, bro.
No, not at all. Not at all. And that
You ain't
goes
gonna
through a
get
lot
the
of
job,
things
bro.
in life. Nah. And Shargan, you know what it is? That goes through a lot of things in life too, because even when you're out on a date with a woman, if you're sitting there talking about yourself, you know what I'm saying, not really getting a chance. And most people do this in general anyway, that you might meet anywhere. You know, they just talk about themselves so much, but by the end of it, they ain't even really ask about you. They didn't learn nothing about you, but you learned a whole lot about them. And then they wonder why you don't call them.
Exactly. And my man said, Ronald said something. He said, "Don't get caught up in your emotions or your desires." Yeah, basically what he's saying is don't drink your own Kool-Aid. Basically, because a lot of times, even me, at certain points in my life, if somebody keep telling you how great you are, some if you keep hearing that over and over, that'll start to sink into your mind.
Mm,
but but here's the thing: you got to stay grounded. It's
mhm,
okay for people to say what you done or what they think of you. That's cool. But
mm,
don't don't you let that get to you like that. You keep doing what you're doing. You
exactly.
stay grounded. Don't drink your own Kool-Aid.
Hmm.
Because what it usually happens is some people lose focus. They'll get distracted. They'll start doing other things, and sometimes they'll stop doing what it took for them to get to that certain point. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, yeah, and you can't let that happen because when you do stuff like that, I mean, you're setting yourself up for failure, pretty much.
Yeah. This is why you can't have a bunch of yes mans around.
Hmm. You need people that
Sometimes,
are gonna tell you the
sometimes you
truth.
need somebody in your circle that's gonna be like, "Yo, man, that ain't the business. That ain't the way
Yep,
to go."
yep. My motto is sharp game. You know what I'm saying? Don't tell me what I want to hear. Tell me what I need to hear. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but boy, today, man, those people are hard to find
Yeah.
because we live in a society where it's like people, I, they just they just aren't used to telling people what they need to hear. They just tell people what they think they want them to hear. So
Hmm.
it becomes like a vicious cycle. It's like everybody's telling everybody things that sounds good, but it doesn't really mean anything. It's it's no foundation. It's nothing there that's gonna really make a difference
Mm.
or help the person move forward.
Facts. 100%.
Exactly. Let's see what's going on. Question: Who uh, who cares when you know better? You do better. Please need to learn from their mistakes. Yeah, you can learn from other people's mistakes. Yeah, that's true.
But most
But
of the time, you need to go through it yourself to really understand it.
yeah, that's true. Yeah, that it's like some stuff that people go through. It's hard to explain. It's really because a lot of times if the person hasn't had the experience that you've had, there's a disconnect. It's like you can talk all day, but you can't connect with that person in order to get them to understand.
Hmm.
And then there's some things that you're gonna experience it's gonna be unbelievable to some people.
Exactly.
They're not gonna believe you.
Yeah, until they go
so
through it themselves.
so it's kind of like certain things. I'm gonna say certain aspects of your life, of my life. I don't even talk about it. I just keep it to myself because I know people are gonna say, "Oh, you crazy? Oh, come on, man, you're full of it. Oh, it doesn't happen that way." You know, and a lot of that comes from how they were raised and who they're around and how they live in and their own experiences that they've had since they've been growing up. You know, because you have some people call believers and non-believers. You know,
Mm-hmm.
it said today people egos fragile. They can't stand to live without a pat on the back. Most men like that are mama's boys. Yeah, there's a lot of mama's boys. Yeah, right.
A lot
The
of
more,
mamas isn't non-believers either.
yeah, the more I know myself, the more I know other people. You're right about that, Ronald. You hit it on the head, bro. The more you know yourself, yeah, the more you know other people. No doubt about it, 100%. Because, and see, that's one of the biggest problems with a lot of people. They don't like what they see when they look in the mirror. They don't want to be that person. They're trying to be somebody else. And I always say, if you don't know who you are, you're gonna have to keep starting all over again.
Yep.
And I don't care what it is, whatever you're trying to get into in your life, you're not going to be at the place you want to be as far as success goes. I don't care if you're starting a business, you starting a new job, a new relationship. I don't care what it is. If you don't know yourself, you're gonna have to. It's gonna crumble every
Yep.
time.
Yep.
You're gonna have to start all over.
And the problem with that is that, even understanding that a lot of people don't take that into consideration and they keep starting over and over, and you get to a certain point in your life where you shouldn't be starting over. You know what I'm saying? You should already be on that path, to success and being able to know yourself and what you want out of life. I mean, you don't want to be figuring this out and you're 35 years old. You know what I'm saying? Or just starting over again at 35, 36. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like half your life has been wasted starting things over and being indecisive.
Exactly. What does knowing yourself mean? That means everything. Knowing
Every,
yourself means everything. It's like I came. That's your identity. That's who you are at the core. I mean, it's like that's like your whole existence.
knowing yourself, like what expectations do you expect from yourself? What do you think that you should be doing to better yourself? Like, who do you want around your circle? You know what I'm saying? What are you doing to be able to accomplish these goals? You know what I'm saying? I mean, the list goes on and on. You know what I'm saying? But overall, you just need to know yourself as far as what you want to do in life, what kind of people you want around you, and what you need to know your value of yourself, and only you can determine that. No one else can. So that's just a
Yeah,
little fraction.
yeah. It's like people say, "Hey, how do I find my purpose in life?" You got to keep living. You got to keep living. You have to try different things, and until you, that's that empty feeling that a lot of people have. That's what that's about. They don't really have anything, or they haven't really done anything to really feel like, hey, this is what I like doing. This is what I want to do. I would do this even I would do this for free.
Mm. Yep.
It's like they don't have that one thing where it's like gives them confidence. You know, and it could be anything. It can be anything. You just have to really keep living, and that's something that you discover. Nobody can really tell you what it is. I mean, but you're not gonna find that thing until you know who you are. That's the thing. That's why I always say it starts with you and ends with you, because nothing outside of you is gonna really make you happy. Nothing. Even if you trick yourself into believing that, okay, I'll get this gang of money, I'll get this car, the women, the clothes, the house, jewelry. I done all that stuff. None of that stuff made me happy.
Mm.
None of that stuff made me happy.
Temporary happiness. That's what it
Yeah,
is.
it's like a hot bath. It's like a hot bath, a hot shower, and it dissipates, and you cool off, and now you back. Now what's next?
Mm-hmm.
But it's like the little things make me happy. Like being around the people that I want to be around, people that I like and care about. Like spending time like on the weekends or traveling with the people that I like to be around. That's the stuff that really make me happy. It's, it's not really the money. It's what the money does.
Mm.
The money like gives me more experience. That's the stuff that really make me happy. Just the car, the clothes, the buying stuff. That stuff that's like a I look at it like a temporary fix.
Mm.
And this is what happens with a lot of people. They attain all this stuff, then they'll ask people, "Well, how come I'm not happy?" Because it's not really all about that. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people get caught out there, and they think that, okay, if I attain all this stuff that and impress people that really don't care about you, that
Mm.
somehow uh, some guy is going to come along and he's going to sweep me off my feet because I attained all this stuff, and it
Yeah.
doesn't happen like that.
No, not at all. And it doesn't matter how many assets that you have doing things like that. You got to understand that's how a lot of people put themselves in debt, trying to impress other people, looking for validation. You know what I'm saying? The only validation that you need to be looking for is in yourself. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing that matters. There's no point in going out getting all the nice jewelry, the cars, the big houses and stuff just to have people, be like, "Wow, you're really doing great." But they don't know that you're in thousands and thousands of dollars worth of debt. You know what I'm saying? Working all this overtime, arguing if you're married over money, all that stuff, man. So you can't do things just to impress other people.
Exactly. Let me see what else. What up, Lamar? Knowledge itself is important, no doubt.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
no time frame set for people to learn stuff. Some may get it later in life, and some may never get it. Yeah, that's true. I guess I just have this problem. I can't relate to not knowing yourself. Makes no sense. Man, a lot of people don't. A lot of people don't know who they are. A lot of people lose themselves. You know, it happens all the time. A lot of people don't like what they see when they look in the mirror. I mean, that's what makeup is for. That's what you know. That's why they call it make up. That's
Yeah.
what
Drinking,
drinking and
smoking,
getting high.
doing
That's
drugs,
what
yeah.
the drugs come in at.
Yeah. I mean, Sergeant, I always said one thing you can do if you really want to find yourself is to be by yourself and really just do things that you want to do. Just focus strictly on yourself, just being by yourself for a period of time. And I feel like that's one way of really getting to know yourself more rather than being around a group of people or, in a relationship or whatever. You just need like, you time to really find out, who you are.
Exactly. See what else going on. That's what I say. Wow. and it really do starts and end with you. Right on the little things makes me happy as well. You got it. Yeah, exactly, man. It starts with you and end with you, really. I mean, at the end of the day, all these people that you're gonna meet through your life, you're gonna meet hundreds and thousands of people if you make it to old age. And those people are not gonna be around. The people that you know today, you're not gonna see these people 20 years from now.
No, you're
They
not.
it's not You're not gonna see them most of the people 10 years from now. So why are you trying to impress people that you're not gonna see 10, 20, 30, 40 years from now? I mean, what's really going on? It doesn't make any sense. It's just so,
Exactly.
you know, let's see. Goes back to knowledge of self. If you have self, you don't need anyone else. Buddha and Jesus are examples of going beyond things and finding self. Hey, hey, if Buddha and Jesus were living today, they would get stoned.
Right.
They'd be stoned. I'm telling you, man.
Wow, man.
Yeah, man. It's like, you just have to, you know, you just have to have a code of conduct. Everybody should have a code of conduct. And you should live by principles. Everyone, man or woman, it should be certain things set in stone that you should not break them for anybody or anything. You can bend, but don't break. You know what I'm
Fact.
saying? You can
Oh
bend, but
yeah.
don't break. You don't have to like sacrifice yourself or lose yourself because you're on your job or you hanging around different people or you around your man or your woman. You have to stand for something. And one thing that I've learned is being that I've met so many different women from different walks of life, women are always going to test you. They're going to always say and do things to see if you still on your square, so to speak, to see if you're the real deal, to see if you're not like perpetrating a fraud. And a lot of guys have a problem with that. A lot of guys kind of like, hey, why I got to keep, why you got to keep testing me all the time? Why you got to keep doing things to see if if I'm, if I'm still committed? But that's a woman thing.
Yeah.
That's a woman thing. That's just
Every woman does that, Shark Game. Every woman does that, and they also do that too to test a guy's dominance. You know what I'm saying? As we can
yeah,
say, you know what I mean? Because if you got a guy that's really emotional and you know what I'm saying, like portrays that he's not, she sees that, oh, he acted a certain kind of way, she's gonna keep testing that to see what you're about. You know what I'm saying? Because women like to be with the strongest man out of the group, the alpha. I mean, that goes without being said.
yeah,
Beta guys are not what women are looking for. They'll settle with them, but that's not their true uh true
yeah.
passion. For sure.
They're not attracted to it. They like a lot of women like being dominated. They like the masculine guys. You know. Hey, now Lamar, you called me. You ran out of minutes. Yeah, man, you ran out of minutes. Last week you ran out of minutes. You gotta get your phone game up, brother. You called me. I got
um,
minutes. What's really going on?
uh, Shark Game.
I ain't calling you, brother. I ain't calling nobody.
uh, we don't call out, we take calls though.
Yeah, man. Anybody call up. That's 800-315-8203. That's the number, Lamar. Gotta use up your minutes. Yeah, I had a chick trying to put me in the friend zone. She gave me a ultimatum. I told her I was gonna walk her whole attitude change. Yeah. I'm not a big fan of ultimatums, like at
Yeah.
all. I don't like ultimatums. The last woman that gave me an ultimatum, I told her you can leave. We can end this right now today. I don't, and I was like, why'd you do that? I don't. That's the thing that something about ultimatums that really rubbed me the wrong way. You know, don't
Yeah.
do that. that that's like kryptonite to
Mhm.
me.
That's sort of a woman's way of saying, like, sort of being wanting to be in charge, being like, okay, well, it's either you're gonna do this or you're gonna do that. So you know what I mean? That's sort of her trying to play that sort of dominant role. You know what I'm saying? Sort of put you
Yeah.
in a beta kind of situation. If you're not a beta dude, of course you're not gonna want to, be dealing with something like that. Some guys have no problem. They'll be like, okay, I'll do this. But if
Oh,
you
you
got,
know what's crazy? Some guys like being dominated.
yeah, that,
Yeah.
yeah,
Some guys like being controlled and dominated in every aspect
a
you
lot,
could probably think of. Some guys like that.
a lot of
It's like
simps.
yeah, it's why there's some women that'll uh she'll be with that guy, she'll get married to that guy, live with that guy, but she can have another guy on the side.
Yep.
Almost guaranteed. If that woman runs the show, dominates that man at home, she's in charge of the household, she wear the pants. I can almost guarantee you she gonna have a guy on the side.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I mean, it's like this is predictable.
No questions asked, man. Come on.
Yeah. But you know the funny thing is, like I'm saying, I've been that other guy. The funny thing is, a lot of women have told me that the stuff they did with me, they would never allow with her husband or the guy at home. She would never allow that. So I'm like, why not? I just wouldn't. Because he's not that type of guy. So I
Mm.
said, oh, okay. Gotcha. So he's a beta guy, basic. That's basically what she was trying to say.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. What else? I'm the same way. But I mean, do you guys believe all women cheat? No, all women don't cheat, man. No.
No.
I know some women that they just, they're just not that type of woman. They don't have
Mm.
that type of personality. They were raised a certain type of way that if you get married or if you're in a relationship with a dude, you just don't do it. You know, so basically, women that don't cheat, they've been brainwashed. You know, not to do certain things because it's shameful to
Yep.
to cheat. So that's why they won't do it. Even
A
if
lot,
they have the opportunity to do it, they still won't do it. And
lot of women out of the country do that.
I've witnessed this. I've witnessed women have the opportunity, but they still won't do it. They'll be like,
Mm.
I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm going home to my man.
Yep.
I'm like, hey, you go, girl.
Yeah. Yeah. And I was saying a lot of women that are out of the country, a lot of them they come with that belief. Not all, but some of a lot of them do. I would say most times out there they do not go out there to cheat. They're very family oriented.
Yeah,
There's some cases not, but for the most part, I've noticed that about people from other cultures that come into this country that aren't born here.
yeah. And a lot of times, a lot of women won't cheat is because of the consequences. You know, a lot of times these guys will beat the heck out of these women, man.
Mm. That's it.
If they find out, man, they beat the heck out of these women, man.
Hmm.
You know, that's it. That's a part of their culture, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And some women, I think Saudi Arabia, man, you kill them women if
Hmm.
they find out their wife cheating. That's part of their culture, you know. So a lot of how they were raised, and religion has a lot to do with it too, especially if she's a Muslim. You know,
Oh yeah.
A Muslim woman, I don't even talk to them.
Nah.
I don't even talk to them. If I see her with that, what they with the veil, what they call it,
Yeah, the mask. Yeah, you're right. The veil. Yeah.
I don't even talk to them. I mean, 'cause sometimes they show their face, but in America well, not all, but I say the majority of women in America you can see their face, But in other, if you go to overseas, they don't show their face at all. All you can see is their eyeballs. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of them women are very beautiful women. But I don't say nothing to them.
Mm-mm.
I keep it moving because I know what time it is. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Guy like this dude I used to be in the Navy with. He didn't care. He tried to talk to the woman. I said, "Man, you trying to get that woman beat up, man? Shoot, I said, her husband right there. That woman gonna get beat up when she get home, messing with you."
Yep.
So hey, man, and a lot of times those guys they're very aggressive.
Oh yeah.
They don't play by the rules that they do here in America. If hey, they'll get at you.
Oh yeah. I was gonna say that too. They'll come for you, man. You talking to their woman, Muslim man? I wouldn't do it.
Exactly. You see, Hammer. I find that it's all about her upbringing. Yeah, it's about her upbringing, most definitely. That's a large majority of it. Apple Mac in the house. Why are you running through these women, sending them back to their old man? Yeah, you crazy. Can't no sucker play this game. Fool don't have a chance. Man, you crazy. Oh yeah, click the like button. Like this video, share it, get the likes up and subscribe. You know, check out my Patreon if you want to get more of this. I
Oh
just
yeah.
uploaded a video on Patreon today talking about how to get women to do almost anything. Fireboard. How to get
Classic.
women to do almost anything. I just uploaded that, man.
Y'all gotta check that out. Y'all missing out. That's classic work, y'all.
Yeah,
Don't
man.
treat yourself. Treat
Check
yourself.
out Yeah, man. Check out the Patreon, man. If you like this, you gotta check out the Patreon, man. Exclusive video stuff that I can't really talk about openly and publicly on YouTube because I think it's a little too much for some people and YouTube they don't like it.
They'll flag you. That's it. We talk about that kind of stuff, they'll flag, take the video down.
Some women are like hermits, crabs. They're always looking for a different man to come up. Well, yeah, that's true. They said I was over there too. They don't play over there. Do you have the secret to get a woman to shut up? To get a woman to be quiet? Oh, all you gotta do is be dominant.
That's it.
Stay in your masculine. Stay on your square. That's gonna stop. That's gonna shut down 90% of that mouth.
Yep.
Guaranteed. I've seen it happen many times,
Every
over and
time.
over again. Stay on your square, because a woman always gonna say things. She won't do it all the time, but from time to time, they're gonna say or do something that you don't like. But you gotta stay on your square. Don't get all irrational and start yelling and screaming and no, don't do all that. Because if you do that, that gives her permission to do that. You know what I'm saying?
100% truth, man. Gotta
Yeah,
stay calm.
that's like a lot of guys. when they start playing games with women, telling them things they want to hear because they want to like date the girl, go home with the girl. But I'm like, you don't have to lie. It's like when you start playing games like that and start lying, you give her permission to start doing the same thing. Then it
Hmm.
becomes like a vicious cycle. Then y'all gonna go back and forth. She lying, you lying. I mean, so it's like a dance. You don't gotta do it. You don't gotta play it like that. You don't. I mean, it's kind of like when you first meet a girl and you see her once, twice a week. This might go on for like 3 months, and you making it seem you giving her an impression that she's the only girl you talking to, right? But you know that ain't true. But so you giving her, she's doing the same thing now because you acting like she's the only one. She got a guy on the side, just like you got a girl on the side. But you don't got to do that.
Mm.
You don't.
Keep it real.
You know, but guys do that a lot. It's like it's kind of like a lot of guys just they automatically do this too. This is not something that they plan out to do in most cases. It's like they have it's supposed to be like a secret.
Mm. Wow, man.
Yeah, yeah. It's like it's kind of weird how things really go down, man. What
Yeah.
else is going on? Said
And most guys don't realize too that, if you just upfront and honest with the girl, if all your intention is just to smash, just let it be known, man. Because you know what? 9 times out of 10, she could be like, "Fuck it, that's all I wanted to do anyway. Thank you for keeping it real with me."
yeah,
you know?
yeah. That's true. It said you funny and quite amusing and quite amusing, but a little something something. Less is more all the time. Yeah, that's true. Don't lose your cool, no doubt. You ever speak on black women and their weaves? Nope. They can't get past the excessive weave. Their parents' choices already tell me about their mindset. Nah, I don't get into hair weave, man. I don't get into that stuff. I mean, what is there to talk about? I don't know. It's not much to talk
Nothing.
about, really. You
I
know.
mean, yeah. I mean, women,
I mean,
black women,
all women are wearing weave today, William.
but
It's like, look, yeah, look. A lot of people don't know weave was for white movie stars back in the day. That's who weave was for back in the day. A lot of people don't realize that weave wasn't for black women. It didn't come up with no weave for no black woman. A lot of people don't realize that. Now everybody's wearing weave now.
hmm.
All the women wearing them. I see all women wearing weave now. I saw it when I was in Atlanta. All the women wearing weave,
Oh
and
yeah,
it's not because they can't grow their own hair. It's because they're lazy.
yeah. I was just gonna say, I mean, if you talk to most black women, or I mean, me, that's majority of what I've dated. It just comes down to the fact that like it's just easier to put the weave in there rather than have to get up. You know what I'm saying? Flat iron the hair, do all that, to style it right. And some girls, they've cut their hair, a certain kind of way where it's not growing, evenly or whatever. So they just, the weave is just quicker. You know what I'm saying? And then the other thing is a lot of girls, they black women, they self-confident about their hair. So they want that long Brazilian, weave. So they, hair. So it's like, they go and buy it and they pay a lot of money for it.
TK Live say, "What's the secret to bang and attracting white women? He want the Becky juice."
Oh, that's Patreon. That's Patreon. you want that? You want
Want the
that? That's
the Becky juice, boy. Boy, hey, some guys, boy, they got to have it, boy. They got to have it. You mess around, you be like your buddy Bill Cosby. That bang all them white women. And he forgot he did it at the Playboy Mansion.
Yeah. Oh man.
Man, that's easy, man. Man, I'm not gonna talk about that, man. That's easy. You know, that's that's. I wouldn't even waste 5 minutes talking about that. Really. You know,
Oh man, you want the recipe?
let me see what the guy said. I want to bang a few Beckys. If you ain't done it yet, you know, I don't know what to tell you. What's the holdup? Not like it's what's the holdup, TK Live?
TK Live, just be yourself, man. You know what I'm saying? Just
Hey,
have
hey,
confidence.
hey, TK Live. Hey, call up. Hey, call up, TK Live. 800-315-8203. Call up. Call up. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, yeah, TK Live. Call.
Hey,
We're gonna
call
talk
up,
about
TK Live. Let's talk about it.
that.
Let's see if he call up.
I hope he does
Got the
call up. We can
balls.
chop it up with
And he
him.
got the balls to call up.
Man, I don't know what it is, shot game. A lot of people they got the chance. They don't wanna get on the phone. They don't wanna talk.
If you don't call up TK Live, you ain't got the balls to get with the white chicks.
Yo, shot. Oh
Here's your
man.
problem, TK Live. If you can't pull the trigger on this, forget
Ain't
about
hap- yeah, ain't happening, brother. Oh man.
it. You know?
You already know.
Yeah. So like the video. I don't think TK Live is gonna call up, man. So like the video, share the video, subscribe. Uh, any last words, man?
Nah, man, I think we covered it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all just stay focused, you know what I'm saying? Find yourself, don't lose yourself, make good choices, you know what I'm saying? Keep looking out for this game, sharp game giving you know what I'm saying? And that's it, brother.
All right, man. We out. Peace.
Peace. Shark game.